Oh, my fault. My fault. My fault. My fault. My fault. Okay. So my mic was off. Sorry about that. First time live streaming, so please forgive me. I guess you've forgiven if you are live streaming for your first time and you missed something. So hopefully, thanks to basically Claude Anthropic just launched Claude Cowork, and it's basically Claude code that was previously in a terminal that is now I'll just share my screen real quick. So it's my fault, my Microsoft, but Anthropic, which is responsible for Claude and Claude Code, um, they basically just launched Cowork, and it's basically Claude Code, but for those that just want to use Claude or Claude Code's capabilities beyond just coding. And there's a good reason for that. If we go to Boris Cherner, um, the founder of Claude Code, um, he basically says the reason for this is since they launched Cloud Code, they saw people using it for all sort of non-coding work. So some people figured out, oh shoot, you can't just use it for coding. You can use it for vacation research, building side decks, cleaning up your emails, canceling subscriptions, recovering wedding photos from hard drive, and monitoring plant growth, and even controlling your oven. That is crazy. So people are finding all type of ways to use it, but it's only limited to people that are knowledgeable about code and you know, um, building out code. Um, so they basically saw this and was like, oh, there might be a bigger audience here that may want to use this. And I see, people that are not necessarily programmers, that are business, yeah, business people, or business entrepreneurs that, you know, basically, you know, basically um, would want to use this you know, to organize their files. I actually bought it, so I can showcase it. Okay. The requirements to get it is you have to download the desktop application, which is this one right here. I just downloaded it, and the other requirement is to have a Max Pro subscription, which is about $100, or the $200 plan. But I just upgraded my Pro version to the Max just so I can test this out, because I think this could be useful for myself. It could be useful for me as well, for a lot of tasks I want to do. So it has some use cases that I want to try out. First of all, you can basically organize folders on your computer, and I hope I don't regret what I'm about to do. I'm about to expose my computer to the internet right now, and I hope I don't mess around and expose data I'm not supposed to. Okay. Um, so hopefully this goes right. There's always a first time for everything. Okay, this is my first time. Okay, this is not my first time live streaming, but this is my first time um, doing something like this. Uh, so hopefully it goes right. So basically, I was just going over their documentation. So what is it? Cowork uses the same agentic architecture as Claude Code, and now accessible through Claude Desktop. And I was saying earlier, uh, I feel like this is rebranding because OpenAI has had a similar product, maybe a year ago, when they came out with their desktop app. They claimed it could do all types of stuff on your desktop on your behalf, um, and it looks like. it's basically the same thing, if I'm not mistaken. You have AI on your desktop, and then you can give it access to your folders and basically ask it to, do all types of stuff you want it to do. But this seems like a little bit more advanced than that. Um, okay, so getting started, you need Claude Desktop, the Max Plan, open desktop. So I'm gonna open it right here. I haven't even touched or used it, so I'm going to be using this for the first time here. Um, so it's beginning to boot up, setting up Claude Workspace. Okay. Um, so Cowork is in early research, new improvement shift frequently. So this is an early research. So as they probably don't want to open it up to the public yet. They just, want people that probably really want to use it to test it out, use it for all types of things, and then report back, their findings so that they can use that for their next iteration and probably eventually open it up to the public. So you can use it to create a file, crunch data. What I can actually, one use case I can see here is instead of me using the terminal to build apps, you can basically use the desktop application to do the exact same thing. Instead of just going to the terminal all the time and then just open an instance of it on the browser, and then once it's done, you can go and do your test. I can also use it to, as you about to see, I downloaded a bunch of receipts. Um, I did a Reno recently, and then I downloaded a bunch of receipts, and I wanted to test this out. I wanted to basically go through the receipts and you know put it in, create an expense sheet like it claims it's able to do, essentially. So I have this booted up right here. So let's see how this works. I don't know how this works, by the way. This is my first time. Um, this is my first time. So we're in the co-work section. As you can see, I'm in the max plan. Work in the folder. Okay, so this is where you can actually add a folder. So I'm just going to give it my documents folder because this folder is a mess. I'm just going to give it this folder, and you probably gonna have to say allow. Um, I'm going to say allow. Oh man, the get command requires. Okay, so I'm going to need get. This is a fresh computer too, by the way, so it doesn't have a lot of things I previously had installed on this computer. So I might have to, like you're saying, I need to reinstall Git on my computer. So I'm just gonna let it install that, and I'm just gonna give it access to my documents folder. And what I wanted to do is, it's a mess. I My documents folder became such a junk place that, and it was just clogging up my Mac that I, even though I have everything on iCloud, so I basically was like, you know what, fuck it. Uh, re- what do you say? Reset my Mac to factory. Reset it to factory. Just so I can have a fresh Mac to work with, and they were already on iCloud. So immediately after reset, and they just got back into my documents folder, and it's just a mess. I don't even know how to even start to clean it up. So I'm gonna try to see if Cowork can go in there, and try to, try to clean it up a bit. You know, maybe just organize some files, rename them, delete files that I probably do not use. Uh, I have a lot of, I have a lot of, what do you call it? Unnamed files. Unnamed files in my documents folder. So I would want it to probably check the contents in the file. in the folders and probably rename them accordingly. And any empty folders, just delete them. Essentially. Oh man, this is taking so long. I should have probably prepared a little bit before. So basically, what it's doing is it's going to need Git to execute some commands. So it's basically going to install Git um, on my computer. Uh, but let's so okay. So you need desktop and the pricing. I already showed that you cannot use a pro plan. You need a max plan, which is by $100. Um, yeah, and I see a lot of use cases here. So like here, uh, you can see create a file, summarize my meetings from the week, and then it's gonna create a file and then meeting transcript and then go and then it's gonna do the work for you. You can even give it a task and then continue to give it multiple tasks. And then once it's done with the first one, it continues executing other commands as well. And you can even go away. I had a use case where someone used it to basically watch hours, about 300 and something or so hours of podcast just to get insight. And he just set it up and went away, came back the next day and everything was done. So it's crazy it's crazy where we are at, when it comes to, okay, so it just finished downloading Git, so we should be able to give it access to documents now. Okay, so we have access to allow, and I'm just gonna say organize this folder by renaming folders, deleting. Actually, you know what? So I'm just gonna say organize this folder by um, deleting empty folders, renaming files to make sense, and just organize it in general as a mess out there. Um, yeah, there's something else I wanted to do. Let's just give it a task and see what happens. Um, I My desktop is a mess as well. If I show you my desktop, it's just okay. So it's sending a request. Now I have a good picture. Let me get more details. Oh, okay. So it looks like it's doing some work. Um, gonna pull up my and the next thing I wanted to do too is you can basically give it your notes and just let it um let it make sense of it. Right? You can basically give it your notes, ask it to um ask it to basically make sense of your notes. So I'm gonna do that next. And the next task I'm gonna after that is I have a bunch of receipts that I uh, I have a bunch of receipts that I want to basically get insights from, turn them into maybe a spreadsheet or report. Um, so it looks like it's working. It uses a lot of tokens, by the way, and it takes its time. Okay, so we're just going to let it run. You can give it subsequent task as it's doing its work, by the way. Let's see. What else can we tell it to do um, whilst it's doing its work? By the way, if you going on, Okay. Okay. Let's just wait for it to do its work. But it looks like there might have been. I see. Uh, okay. So it looks like you might have run into some issues here. But it says I have a good understanding of your folder now. Before I start making changes, let me clarify a few things. Okay. How aggressive should I be organizing? Should I focus on just clean up empty folders, obvious renames, or do I do a full restructure? Okay. Um, I already have these backed up somewhere, so I'm not scared to lose anything in here. I hope I don't. I hope these are not famous words, but I'm gonna do full restructure. Let's do full restructure. Um, delete if empty only. Okay. Archive them. Okay. Move to old and clear projects in the archive folder. Leave them alone. Okay. I see duplicate device backup folders. Okay. Leave as is, consolidate, review, and merge contents. Okay, let's review and merge those. So far, this is great. Like it's asking, it's just asking questions to make sure, um, to make sure it doesn't mess up. Um, like I'm liking this already, and it hasn't done anything to the folders yet. It's still the same. So I'm guessing it's now going to actually do the work. So um just gonna be patient for a little bit. Let's see what it does. Like I was saying, the next step will be to basically give it my notes. I have a bunch of notes, so it can basically take your scattered notes and you know and draft a report out of them. So I'm curious to see what it gets from my like a bunch of random notes I have in my Apple Notes that I downloaded, of course, for this video. So good. Now I can see the device backup folder. Let me move them to the archive and then start organizing. Okay, so I guess it's gonna move them um, to an archive folder just in case it messes up. You can always restore, but I really don't mind it. I really don't mind it messing up really because I have, like I said, I have these backed up somewhere. Um, let's see. So you can add files or photos. You can even add your MCP servers if you want to. I think this is going to be great. This is going to be amazing. Um, especially if you're an entrepreneur out there, like this is going to be amazing. There's so much stuff you can do with this. Especially, it's almost like a co-worker, right? That you have living in your computer that is really smart, that can do a bunch of stuff for you. It can even create designs. Um, I wonder what happened to ChatGPT's, what do you call it? Agentic desktop application. I've never tried it before, but it could watch over your screen and do a bunch of stuff on your computer. But it looks like it had a hype, and all of a sudden, nobody talked about it anymore. Um, but yeah, if you can leave a comment, by the way, if you want me to try something specific, you can leave a comment, and how we can try this out, together. Um, but I just have a you know, set of things I really wanted to try out. Okay, so I'm looking at my documents folder right now, and it looks like it's doing some work here. So this is my documents folder. It has archive, which I'm thinking, okay, so it has created a folder where Um, Maybe it's not just this is not just everything that was there before. This is just a folder I created to just archive certain things that based on their name in business, okay? Creative, development, documents, media, personal. And by the way, I'm probably the most, if you had seen my, let me show you my desktop, okay? Let me show you my desktop. See how my desktop is like. If you see my desktop right now, it's so unorganized. Like, you would be, I'm going to share my desktop right now. Like, I'm going to share what my desktop looks like, okay? Like you would think a madman is you know is what do you call it? A madman running this. So this is my desktop. If you can basically see my desktop, like you can see, it's a mess. Um, but I'm gonna be organizing that as well in a second. I'm gonna let it organize my desktop too in a second, because it just did a fantastic job. Like, look at that. I will come back to my desktop, but look at that. Look, no, I'm in the wrong place. Sorry. Look at that. Archive, business, creative, personal. Like, oh man, creative. Organize all my creative stuff, development, all my code, documents. Okay, legal, financial, reference, resume. Ooh, personal. Ooh, notes. We'll be coming back to notes. By the way, it has a bunch of stuff that I basically wanted to create a draft. So that would be my next task. Okay, so I'm just gonna add my notes. I'm gonna go to, where is it? Personal, and then go to notes. Okay. Oh, what is going on? Okay. So actually, before we go to notes, I'm gonna ask you to do the same for my desktop. Oh, I cannot. Why? Why? Okay. So it's only letting me add files instead of. Uh, okay. So since I'm probably gonna have to. Okay. I'm probably gonna have to create a new task here. Okay. So the next task will be, I'm gonna ask it to, instead of choose a different folder, let's do that for, you see my desktop. I just showed my desktop for a second. So I'm gonna ask her to do basically the same thing. Can you please organize my desktop, delete duplicate files, delete, maybe not delete, okay? Um, Delete duplicate files. Well, I want you to organize my desktop properly, make it look clean, okay? Make it look as organized as possible. Um, Delete anything that is unnecessary that looks like may have been there and it's not in use, or may have been unnecessary. Just clean it up, clean up my desktop, please. So let's go. Whilst this is doing, because the first one took a long time, I'm gonna open up a new chat. Okay, so we have clean up, organize. So that is working. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up a new chat, and I'm gonna choose a different folder here. Um, I'm gonna go to the notes, personal, and then go to notes, open up the notes, and basically what I want is this to do is, um, I wanted to draft reports from my scattered notes. Okay, so can you please draft reports from my notes? They're pretty much scattered and all over the place. Make sense of them, make insights of them, a takeaway, something I can, maybe I'd forgotten. All right, let me just use this. That's fine. Let me just delete this last part. Okay, just let it work. Um, so I'm just gonna try to see if it can make sense of my notes. Now it makes so much sense. So the founder of Anthropic recently had a tweet, okay, and he was talking about how he uses Claude and how he uses for all these type of different things. And I didn't get it because I was like, oh, it looks like a really complex setup. And he has the opportunity to do that because, yeah, he's the founder and he's basically able to, use it as much as he can. But now that I see this, I'm like, okay, it makes sense that you are able to run different task at the same time. Like I can check on the desktop and see what is going on. And it's currently asking me questions right now. How would you like to organize your desktop? By file type, by project topic, minimal, desktop. Okay, I want it to be minimal. This part I really do not care. I move to review folder. What should I do with files I'm unsure about deleting? Move to review. Okay, yeah, just move to review. I'll review those later. Are there any specific files, types, or folders I should not touch? No restrictions. You know, just do your thing. Have fun. you know, um, just have fun. Um, yeah, I want to see how to. So I have three tasks running right now. So clean. What is it called? Uh, it's basically okay. So I found six PDF no files. Let me read the PDF skill to properly extract their content and then read all the notes to understand what they are. I now have a clear picture. Oh, this is amazing. Like, this is amazing. Like, oh man, this is amazing. The third thing I wanna do is if I go to my downloads folder here, I have receipts, okay? And these are just receipts I have from recent remodel. Um, and basically, what I want to do is um, I, basically what I want to do is I want to create an expense report. So I'm just gonna ask it, can you create an expense report from my screenshots in this receipts folder, please? Okay, and then let it go. Allow, and let's see how the notes it's going. I now have a clear picture. Okay, so it looks like it's still working. Let's see how desktop is going. I'd be happy to clean them up. How would you? Okay, so it looks like it's still working. It cleaned up my. Uh, so it cleaned up my documents so nicely. Like, oof. I really like this a lot. I really like how it cleaned this up. It's so much more organized now. Um, so it's still working. So we basically have three different agents working right now concurrently. Um, and I'll be showing you my desktop in a second, just so you can see what I was able to do to it. Um, just so you can see what I was able to do. Okay. Oh man, we're 30 minutes in. I thought this was just gonna be a quick live stream, um, so I can showcase this really quickly and keep it moving. But this is taking way longer than I thought. This is taking way longer than I thought. I thought this was gonna be really quick, but I guess the agents take their time. They take a long time to basically run. Um, Okay, so ooh, look at this. Look at this, guys. Let me expand this. Okay, look at this. Um, so this is from my receipts. Okay, grand total of 1100. Okay, no two pickup confirmation orders. Okay, don't show pricing on the confirmation. These items may be included in another separate order received. The expense report includes date, vendor. Ooh, and we can open this. Oh man. Uh, okay. So I'm just gonna cancel this. Okay, this is it. I'm gonna try to see if I can open this on Google Sheets. Okay, so let's go to Google. Oh, is it Google Excel? Yeah, Excel Sheets. Let's go to Google Excel Sheets. Okay, I'm signed in. Okay, and I'm just gonna open that file. My drive. No, 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 no. Upload. Okay. Okay. Look at it. Um, man, like I don't think people understand how incredible this is. Like the ability for this to be able to do this. Like when I was collecting these receipts, I remember I was like, damn, I wish there was an app where I just have to take a photo of my receipt and then have it do this. And now you don't even need an app for it. I mean, you can just basically just use Claude to basically do the exact same thing. And look at how it organized this into a spreadsheet. This is incredible. This is incredible. This is incredible. I'm blown. I'm amazed. I'm amazed. Oh, I'm amazed. Okay. Okay. So desktop is still running. It looks like I organized it nicely. Um, okay. Okay. I organized my desktop really nicely. If I can show you really quickly, if I go to desktop, look at that. Look at that. This is all I have there now. Meanwhile, if you were here in the beginning, you saw how scattered my desktop was. And I'm just gonna show you. This is just a folder, but I'll show you what the screen looks like, so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm gonna share this for a second. Look at that. Look at how clean my desktop looks now. Um, I think it did it put everything in organized. Okay, so um, okay, so it put everything in organized. I see. Okay, okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. Um, I told it to be rootless. So this is the report. 97 screenshots and images. So it put them in images. Uh, 39 screen recordings. Okay. Five project folders. Okay. Um, okay. PDFs. Everything organized. Very impressed here, guys. Let's see what it did to what it was able to find from my notes. Okay. So from my scattered notes, let's see what it was able to do. Um, Personal growth and mindset set 47 mental tabs. Okay. So yeah, these are from my notes actually. Report number two, daily app, and daily app is I get yeah, daily app is one of my notes. It's an app that I was brainstorming and just I just have a lot of notes in there on that app, and it's just back and forth and brainstorming and just putting all types of ideas in there. And it looks like it was able to pick up on the product positioning, target market, revenue projection, competitive advantage analysis. So all of these were in that note. And it's able to make sense of it. If you go into that note right now, it's you understand a ton of what's going on. But content strategy and ideas pipeline, which is part of my notes as well. Um, and these are all brainstorming ideas and stuff like that. Goals and financial roadmap, 5K per month broken into quarterly. Okay, so this was part of my notes as well. If you part of my newsletter, I this year I'm going on a Misogi. Is that how you say it? Um, And a Misogi challenge is just picking a challenge and working at it, and has to have a 50% chance of failing. And my this year's Misagi is to make 5K a month from my app. Okay. Um, so I wrote about it, and as part of my notes, I was able to pick up on that. You are not broken, you are mismatched. Takeaways: your sports car in the city traffic. Metaphor is most important. Okay, so this is part of my um, superpower is building yourself. 5K a month achievable via streams, daily subscribers. Okay, you have proven follow through, film and edit. So these, you know, report one personal growth. Okay, so man, this is incredible, guys. This is incredible. If you found this useful, please give it a thumbs up. Okay, this is my first time doing a live stream, so it's probably all over the place. But I'm gonna do more of these because, you know, I think these are kind of I want to do more of these so that they like are real unedited. Um, and maybe I'll edit this later. But please hit the subscribe button. This is it, guys. If you enjoyed this, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. This is the end of the stream. Bye, guys.